Hey y'all, I'm coming with a message from the wasp, right? As we saw the video and we know that we did not get stung by that wasp. That wasp had been observant of us, right? Walked around our feet, a foot to be exact, 1 foot. And at the end, what you all did not see is that wasp trying to get in between my toes. Oh yes, I had to wiggle him out and still did not get stung, which is a beautiful message. So we're going to look into what it is that we were experiencing, right? At this particular time when that wasp did what it did, it was 10:35 a.m. in my region. So we got a 1 with the 0 and 3 and a 5, which brings us to 9. And we're going to look at that. We know in the life pad, it could be for someone who was born on the night with a life pad number 9. They can be born in the 9th month, or something happened to you 9 times. And we're going to go with today being 6, 29, 2023. And that would bring us to the day of the 7, right? Because we got June, which is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 9 is 17, which would be 8, right? Let's see. And then we're going to keep on adding on till we get those lower numbers. 17, 11 plus the 6 is 17, plus the 2 is 19, plus another 2 is 21, plus another 3 is 24, which brings us to the number ultimately 6 for today's number, right? You know, that could be associated with the number of man as well, with the 9 going into a cycle before rebirth, right? And that's all in this wasp experience that we have had, right? We got to look at what it is that the wasps bring us to this day, because we know the 6 is the opposite of the 9, and then when we put them two together, we're dealing with things of the yin and yang. And when we think about the yin and the yang, it can be also related to those twin flames, that soulmate connection. If you want to go to it in a lesser look, not as deep as a soul connection, but we know that we have soul connections with multiple people. Some of them are more intense, some of them are less intense. But what the wasp brings us is to look at everything that is going on around us, right? And that wasp spirit is like a warrior spirit to protect yourself, because we know that wasp has stingers, and they can sting you multiple times. They won't lose their stinger like that bee. But it's saying look at the joys throughout all of the pains, because life can sting us sometimes, but then we can't get caught in that pain of what it is that we have experienced. We have to keep on going and take action into your life. You got to make a plan of what it is that you see, because that wasp also is a totem spirit for your independent ideas. Maybe it's someone out here in the collective that your ideas supersedes what it is that others have thought about you, right? And they can't fathom how you're capable of coming up with these ideas and concepts that are very favorable by the masses. So I want to encourage you to keep on going in that spirit of the wasp, right? And we know that in Christianity, There were plagues that were mentioned about in the Bible with giant walls being permitted to keep the evil humans in check. And that's so much of what it is that's going on. And to not get stung by that waltz as that spirit animal, that oracle message is showing you that you're on that side of that protection. Maybe you are a spirit warrior for those who you have in your company, right? Throughout all of these joys and pains. And we're going to look into knowing what it is that you're getting into. If you're making new endeavors, it's time for you to look at everything that is, that's going on, so that you can know what it is that you're getting into. You don't want to step into a puddle and it becomes a pool, right? So do the right things that you need to do to examine your surroundings, and as well as the people and the things, so that you can protect yourself as well as that loss. And then we know in Hinduism that the walls is associated with the goddess Brahmaya. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I will spell it for you all who does have the correct pronunciation. Bhram, Brahmari. Bhramari, the incarnation of Shakit. And we know that's associated with the goddess of bees and wasps and beetles or whatever. And I did not go into it any further because those first things that we have seen with transformation of that spirit that's going on within you, for the message coming through at 10:35, which means 9, these new beginnings that are on the way. You're letting go some of those old things and ideas and concepts, possibly creating new ideas and concepts that you need to be as just as much as a warrior as the wall spirit, to protect what it is that the Most High is giving to you specifically. And even it could be those that you love and what you have already established and accomplished. Because we know there's always spiritual conflict and war going on. But that was, which starts with a W-A, right? We're going to go back into that concept of war, W-A, but we got an R, comes before S. P, right? W-A-R, but that wasp was sent to stop whatever it was or give you notification about the war that has been going on. And we want to stay clear of the wars that we can create within ourselves, because that is every bit of self-destructiveness, and we want to not engage in those type of activities when there already are people that are possibly against you and waging war against you. Collective. This is another animal message. I cannot make these things up. You all saw it for yourself. And I'm just relaying the message, what it is that the Most High gave to me at that time, to experiencing the delight of being touched or examined by a wasp that thought of me enough to not sting me. Why? Because it's showing me in every light of what it is that the Most High has anointed me with. And I'm going to continue on delivering these messages to you all every single time that there is something in life that speaks out to me and said, give this message. That's exactly what I will do. And that is one of the things that the wall spirit brings us also. The ability to speak our minds, speak up. Someone does not want you to be heard, but in every way magnified, you are going to continue on edifying the Most High, so that everyone could see what it is that you're going to be anointed with. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your shares, and feel free to leave a comment. No one's going to attack you over here. We know that there's just opinions and everyone has one to give, but not everyone is allowed to express them. So welcome you in with offerings of being able to be yourself and be very expressive in any manner so that the energy that you carry, good or bad, can increase in goodness and decrease in that manner which could be detrimental to yourself or anyone else. Be like the walls and go forward for those new transformations. Thank you, but it's clear.